What if everything you think you know about Islam is missing the most important parts? I'm not talking about theology right now. I'm talking about history, about facts that are sitting in libraries, in academic papers, and in 1,400 years of documented human civilization, and almost nobody talks about them. My name is Mohamed. I teach Islam to non-Muslims and new Muslims around the world through Path to Islam. And today, I want to share 5 Islam facts that will genuinely change how you see this religion, and possibly how you see history itself. Stay with me. These are worth your full attention. Here's the first Islam fact, and it's about women's rights. Most people assume that women's financial independence is a modern idea, something that came from 20th century feminism or Western legal reform. It isn't. Islam established, over 1,400 years ago, that a Muslim woman keeps her own name after marriage. She keeps her own wealth. Her property stays fully under her control. She has zero legal obligation to share her money with her husband, even if he earns less than she does. And here's the part that surprises people the most. The husband is still fully required to provide for her and the household. Financially. Completely. That obligation doesn't go away. Meanwhile, the UK didn't give married women independent property rights until 1882. France not until 1965. Many parts of the world were still fighting this battle well into the 20th century. Islam was already there, 1,400 years earlier, built into the law, not as a favor, as a right. The second Islam fact is about a man named Bilal. Bilal ibn Rabah was born into slavery in 7th century Mecca. That meant he was at the very bottom of every social, racial, and economic hierarchy that existed. When he embraced Islam, his enslaver tortured him in the desert heat to force him to give it up. He refused. He was eventually freed. And then something remarkable happened. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, chose Bilal to give the first adhan in Islamic history, the call to prayer, the most public, repeated, recognized act in all of Islamic worship. That honor went to a former slave. Bilal became one of the Prophet's most trusted companions. He managed resources. He was respected and loved in a community that included some of the most powerful people of his time. This is one of the Islam facts that I think about most, because it's not just a story about one man. It's a statement about what Islam actually values. Not your name, not your tribe, not where you came from. Your character, your faith, your actions. That message is as urgent today as it was 1,400 years ago. Here's one of the Islam facts that will genuinely surprise anyone in finance or business. The word cheque, as in the financial document you write to pay someone, comes from the Arabic word sak. Muslim merchants in the 9th century were conducting international trade across thousands of miles without physically carrying gold or silver. They used written financial instruments, sak, that could be issued in one city and honored in another. Baghdad to Morocco, Damascus to Spain. The system worked because it was built on documented trust, established trade networks, and a legal framework that made agreements binding. This was international banking infrastructure, centuries before what we call modern banking was even imagined. Economic historians have traced these financial instruments directly back to the medieval Islamic trading world. The global financial system you and I live inside today, the checks, the letters of credit, the wire transfer logic, that architecture has Islamic roots. This next Islam fact will change how you think every time you solve a math problem. The word algebra comes from the Arabic Algebra. In the 9th century, a Muslim mathematician named Mohamed ibn Musa al-Khwarizmi wrote a book. Its full title was long and complex, but it contained the phrase algebra, and that phrase eventually became the English word algebra. Al-Khwarizmi didn't stop there. His name, transliterated into Latin, gave us the word algorithm. That's right. Every piece of software you've ever used, every app on your phone, every AI recommendation, every GPS route, every search engine result, All of it runs on algorithmic logic. And the word comes from a Muslim scholar who lived over 1,200 years ago. When people tell me that Islam and science don't mix, I tell them to look at their calculator, and then look at the history of who built the foundations of mathematics that calculator runs on. The fifth and final Islam fact is one of the most profound, and honestly, one of the most underappreciated. Islam teaches that there are worlds beyond our own. The Quran opens with one of the most famous phrases in the Arabic language, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. In English, all praise is for Allah, Lord of the worlds. Not world, worlds, plural. Islamic theology has always taught that the reality we can see and touch is not the only reality that exists. Angels inhabit realms invisible to human eyes. Jinn are a creation entirely separate from humans, operating in their own dimension of existence. And the Quran points to layers of creation that go far beyond what any telescope or scientific instrument has yet reached. This isn't recent. This has been core Islamic theology since the 7th century. And as modern physics explores multiverse theories, quantum dimensions, and the boundaries of observable space, Islam was asking these questions and offering answers long before modern science had the language to frame them. These 5 Islam facts are not the beginning and end of the conversation. They're the door. Islamic civilization shaped mathematics, finance, human rights, and our understanding of the cosmos. That story deserves to be told fully and honestly, not squeezed into a stereotype or reduced to a headline. If you're curious about Islam, whether you're a non-Muslim exploring or a new Muslim going deeper, Path to Islam is where you go next. The link is in the description. If this video gave you something real today, hit like, subscribe, and share it with one person who needs to see it. I'll see you in the next one. Assalamu alaikum.